This is Taiwan Talk.
This is Taiwan Talk on ICRT.
I'm Eric Smith, and welcome to Taiwan Talk. Robert Pratt, who goes by the nickname Torch, has another persona, a character called Captain Air, whom you may have seen while you waited at a traffic light on your scooter in Taipei. Torch wants all scooter riders to consider switching off their engines at long lights, and he and his team have formed a group called Idle Free Taipei, and they're not bashful about getting out the message.
You are a financial consultant by day.
Well, actually, I'm an editor, and I edit financial reports.
Okay. And in your free time, you stand on street corners and essentially attempt to...
What I try to do is I try to basically wake people up and encourage them to think about their daily commuting and polluting habits. Because the air in Taipei is especially dirty, and in large part that's because of the scooters that are constantly waiting on the street corners at these 90-second lights. And I think that people just don't really realize all the problems and the secondary effects that their regular habits are having on the population of the people in Taipei. And we believe that there is a very strong connection between the people sitting there idling on their scooters at these long lights and cancer. There were recent statistics that came out that said that 1 out of every 10 kids in Taipei, this is Taipei only, has asthma. And 1 out of 10, and that's 10%. That's quite a shocking number of kids. Now, the kids are defenseless. They're sitting on the scooters with their mom. You know, they have no choice but to get stuck in these traffic, areas that are, marked off so that the scooters all pollute in one tiny area. So originally I wrote some letters to the Taipei Times, and then my friend Johnny Fleckenstein wrote a letter to the Taipei Times explaining that he was starting a group called Idle Free Taipei and encouraged people to go to the website. And the minute I read that, I thought, oh my gosh, it's a kindred spirit. I've got to get together with this guy. So as opposed to what I was doing before, which was basically a solo act, I joined forces with Johnny. We created a bunch of posters to explain the statistics about what we learned about cancer deaths and the fact that air pollution causes your baby's IQ in the womb to drop. We put all these statistics on posters, and when we do one of these Idle Free Taipei events, we go to the corner, we break out the posters, hand them out to the volunteers. We have special stickers that have been approved by the Taiwan's Bureau of Energy. What we do is we sit there and we wait for the traffic light to turn red. I wear a Captain Air costume that I handmade myself.
Captain Air.
And I have Kong Chi Shang Wei painted on it that I painted myself. And I wear a costume with a helmet that has the picture of the Earth. And my job is to be the rabble-rouser. I'm the bad cop. Okay, all my friends are the good cop. So what we do is some people hold posters while other people go out and give stickers away and also a little informational flyer. What I do is, once the light changes, when we have a special spot on Heping Road where there's a pedestrian overpass that's near Da'an Park.
I know the spot.
Okay, yeah. So I stand on the stairs so people can see me, and I have this bullhorn. And then when the light changes, usually it's 90 seconds. So I start counting down the time in Chinese,
Baza Jiu, Baza Ba.
Baza Chi, Baza Liu. And then I sing a special introduction to the song, and I sing, Hi yo ji miao, hi yo ji miao, hi yo ji miao, hi yo ifan zhong, because there's a whole minute left. Okay, and then that gets people's attention and focuses them on the clock. Because these traffic lights are all over Taipei.
Yes.
Anybody who commutes across the city will certainly tell you that they stop more than they ride almost. It's about 60% driving, 40% stopping. So again, that's a lot of time, and people are throwing a lot of money away with all this constant wasting gas. So then, once we get to 60, then I sing a different part, which is Lang Fei Chi Yo, Lang Fei Chi Yo, Lang Fei Chi Yo, Zai Zhe Li Dong Han Jiu, which translated means wasting gas, wasting gas, wasting gas. You're waiting here a long time.
It's interesting that you appeal to the economic aspect first, because maybe that's the right way to go. Maybe first thinking about the fact that you're wasting money might be an impetus to consider the idea, and then afterwards you think about the fact that, oh yeah, and also I'm polluting the air.
That's true, and I think since I work in the financial industry, I always look at the money angle to everything. So, yes, that's a big consideration.
Thanks for tuning into Taiwan Talk. I'm Eric Smith. We'll be speaking again with Robert Pratt tomorrow about his idle-free campaign. But as a treat, here is the Captain Air song for you one more time.
Hi-yo, ji meow, hi-yo, ji meow, hi-yo, ji meow, hi-yo, yi fan zhong. Lang fei chi yo, lang fei chi yo, lang fei chi yo, zai zhe li dong han jiu.
This is Taiwan Talk.
This is Taiwan Talk on ICRT.
I'm Eric Smith, and welcome to Taiwan Talk. Today I'm continuing a chat with a very interesting character who is legally known as Robert Pratt, is called Torch by his friends, and when his group called Idle Free Taipei goes on patrol, he dons a full costume, grabs his megaphone, and becomes Captain Air.
So you're basically standing on a street corner,
Yes.
waiting for a red light, and not heckling, but
Coaxing.
coaxing the motorcyclist to turn off their scooter for the duration of the light.
That's basically it. That's the idea we want to convey. And we want people to really think about that and try to change their habits. Because not only can you save tons and tons of gas that way, but you also extend the life of your scooter. Many people believe that turning it off and on actually damages the engine, but that's the opposite of what's really true.
I actually contacted two of the largest scooter makers in Taiwan. I won't mention names,
Okay.
but I talked to the engineers of them and asked them specifically about this question.
Okay.
Will turning off your scooter hurt the engine in any way? And both of these very large Taiwanese manufacturers said no, there's absolutely no damage to your scooter. And in fact, they told me that they are developing new scooters that turn off automatically when they're stopped.
That is such
So
good news.
within 5 to 10 years, all scooters will probably just automatically...
Oh, you made my day. You made my day.
But do you think the local people that are looking at this group of foreigners standing in front of them, do you think that they just think like, these are a bunch of crazy foreigners out there screaming or singing or whatever? Do you think they're getting the message, or are they distracted by just seeing a whole group of weird-looking foreigners?
Well, everyone in our group is not a foreigner. We have a lot of local volunteers also.
Okay.
So it is a mixed bag of people, and more people seem to be energized about this whole idea. My own experience, when I had a Yamaha 150 and I had a regular commute into Taipei City from Yonghe, where I live, what happened was, at first I didn't care. When I moved to Taipei, I just left my motorcycle on like always. And then once I realized how dirty the air was and how much it just stank, there's a horrible stench at these street corners. It's just gross. And I felt...
Your eyes water up.
Your eyes water up. It's hard to breathe. And if you're trapped in the back, it's especially bad. And I just think that people in general usually care about, not only themselves, but about the community and about their families.
You believe that people are inherently good for the most part?
Taiwanese people.
Okay.
We're not talking about Wall Street bankers.
Okay.
So Taiwan, I've said before, has a culture of caring. And it's just, Taiwan is a wonderful place to live, and we need to take care of it a little bit more. And air quality is a very important issue, especially here in the city. And like I said before, with my Yamaha 150, with my regular commute, I was filling up the tank about every 3 weeks. And I was going on a regular route all the time. And then once I went crazy and started going completely idle-free and, being really anal retentive about turning it off every time I could, I was finding that I could get one tank of gas to last about 8 weeks or 9 weeks because I was just not wasting all that gasoline and throwing that money away.
So you decided to start with at least something practical that you can easily do, and it doesn't really take any effort whatsoever. You just switch off your motorcycle at a light.
Well, absolutely, which is extremely practical. And, by doing that, I saved a lot of money, I polluted less, I reduced my carbon footprint, which to me is important, and that I felt like I was making a difference.
You guys standing on the street corner and coaxing, as you say, the population, is that legal?
I I'm not even sure. And actually, if you were to ask Captain Air, he would probably say that he doesn't really care. But considering the fact that the Department of Energy has subsidized us and endorsed our promotions, and we won third place in a contest to promote this idle-free idea, I think that we would stand up to scrutiny, by the authorities, and we're promoting something good. We're promoting health. And maybe more and more drivers will notice, hey, there's a trend about people going idle-free. Everyone is cutting down on air pollution.
Moving to electric, trying other more eco-friendly solutions.
Or what I did, I just got rid of my motorcycle altogether and switched over to a bike.
Yeah.
So, even though my performance might seem a bit aggressive, it's just a way to try to wake people up. And because of Johnny and the rest of the idle-free people, I'm so encouraged that we're making progress.
Well, do you guys have a website that people can visit if they're interested?
Sure, just go to Idle-Free Taipei.
Idle-Free Taipei.
Sure.
Well, Torch, thank you so much for talking with me today.
It's been wonderful. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning into Taiwan Talk. I'm Eric Smith, and here, for a final time, is the Captain Air theme song by Robert Pratt.
Hi-yo, G-meow, hi-yo, G-meow, hi-yo, G-meow, hi-yo, Yi-fan-zhong. Lang fei chi yo, lang fei chi yo, lang fei chi yo, zai zhe li dong han jiu.